Hi, and welcome to another edition of Bauer Business Bites. My name is David Tighe, the Managing Director of Bauer Media in Northern Ireland. And in this series, we're aiming to reboot the economy and helping by giving some great insight and updating with some current information from certain businesses right across Northern Ireland and indeed the wider island of Ireland. And it's my pleasure this week to bring to you our guest, who's Aidan Gough, who's the acting CEO of Intertrade Ireland. Aidan, welcome to Business Bites.
Hi, David.
It's good to see you. So, for the uninitiated, tell us a little bit about Intertrade Ireland. Where did it come from and what's its role today?
Intertrade Ireland has its genesis in Strand 2 of the British-Irish Agreement Act, the Belfast Agreement, the Good Friday Agreement. Essentially, Intertrade Ireland is about creating value for businesses through the facilitation, the exploitation of cross-border market opportunities and primarily in innovative partnerships. We also create much broader economic value through our support of networks of collaboration across the border, across the island. These are largely in the areas of research, development, and innovation. So we've been going now for over 20 years, and it has been a story of success. Cross-border trade now stands at nearly 6.5 billion. It's more than doubled. It's been growing on average by about 4% per annum. The networks that we support have enabled businesses and research institutes across this island develop partnerships and create wider economic value, and drawing down funds from international research programs such as the European Research Framework programs. We also support the US-Ireland R&D partnership, which has brought in over 100 million of what is deemed to be world-class research partnerships and funding to Northern Ireland and to the wider island. We help businesses in every county across this island. We get filler programs if we just operated in Belfast and Dublin, but our board from the very beginning have made it very clear that they want businesses across the island to avail of the opportunities. So we help businesses in every county across this island, and the small businesses that we have worked with, and there's been over 40,000 of them over this last 20 years that we've actually engaged with. We've supported through our grant programs a smaller number, but those businesses that we've supported have created over 1.2 billion worth of value for businesses, and that's money that's going into rural local communities and sustaining jobs in those communities.
That's a great success story, and what a legacy that you've created so far. But obviously, we're being hit, and I would imagine that your businesses that you support and help are being getting a bit of a double whammy at the minute. So first of all, COVID, which has affected everybody, and then coming down the tracks, the B word, Brexit. So first of all, COVID. What kind of support do you offer your clients that you work with with regards to COVID?
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt this is a double whammy for the businesses across the island. Um, we thought Brexit was a generational challenge, but then we have this pandemic that has decimated the economy. And just on that, we've seen, like, prior to COVID, there was only 6 or 7% of businesses saying they were struggling, winding down. In the space of a few months, that figure has gone up to 53, 54%. So, the effect of COVID has been dramatic and unprecedented. We responded very quickly to the crises. First of all, we had to enable our own organisation to be able to continue operating, and our staff have been fantastic in that regard and really adapted to remote working, and we're 100% ICT enabled, so that we can continue to support businesses through the businesses that are currently on our programs, keeping our programs open and available to businesses, and creating more tailored responses to the crises. So, for example, we launched an all-island COVID business map that enabled businesses who wanted to respond to the urgent needs of the public health authorities across the island to collaborate. We did that in conjunction with Tech Ireland. We also have introduced a number of more direct supports, primarily for small businesses. We've an emergency response initiative that gives businesses up to 2,000 to deal with critical issues that have impacted on them. And we also have an eMerge program, which gives business up to 2,500 to help them make the adjustment or speed up the adjustment to digitalize their sales platforms. And that program in particular has been incredibly successful for the businesses. And it's part of, I suppose, the whole COVID pandemic, is that it's speeded up this whole adaptation or an adoption of digital techniques and digital platforms. And the businesses that have gone that have been able to create demand and meet demand and create new demand through their online offerings. We also work, a very interesting project. We also work with we are lead partner of a single European Union programs body funded initiative called Co-Innovate. We've been doing that for a number of years, but that's a partnership with the local enterprise agencies and with enterprise and with the local enterprise offices in the border counties in the south, and with the Highlands and Islands and western coast of Scotland. We brought together there a number of significant businesses and research institutes that repurposed their business models and were able to respond to the public need for PPE very quickly.
Yeah, well, we're coming to the end of this piece. I suppose in summary, we've got Brexit coming, and what is your message? What is the message from your clients to the people who are in charge of this next stage? What's the message?
Yes, Brexit, as I said, we thought was the biggest challenge facing us, and it continues to be a massive issue. We have the Northern Ireland Protocol, but the protocol is fine in as far as it goes. But to trade, businesses need, and to trade seamlessly, businesses need detail. And it's really, we're calling for detail to start emerging from the negotiations. We realize that it's a process that you have to go through, but the message we're getting from the business community is we need detail. We need detail on things like what forms do we have to fill in, how do we fill them in, how is rules of origin going to operate, how is access to free trade agreements going to work, and that is detailed information that businesses require. And one thing that also concerns us, because of the impact of COVID and that figure that I quoted earlier of so many businesses now that are moving into, that are really struggling, that Brexit has dropped down the priorities, but it is very quickly going to rise to the top again.
Aidan, thank you very much for that fantastic summary of all the great work Intertrade Ireland is doing. We wish you and all the clients that you deal with the very best of luck over the next period. And in anything we can do to support you and the clients right across the island of Ireland, we're here for you. Aidan, thanks for joining us today.
Fantastic, David. Thank you.